Hi Randy, from the middle of England in the United Kingdom. This is my Mini in the same position and state as yours at the moment. I thought I'd put this video together for you, mate, so you can see where all the bits and pieces go, and hopefully I've got it right as well. Okay Randy, here we go. Homemade rotisserie out of handrails, no front end, replacement front floors, slinging brackets there on the two sides, keep it original, slinging brackets on the floor pan there which overlap the heel board. New heel board in position, nice and tight up against the floor panel with your favourite Tek screws. I think I've got about 100 Tek screws in this, Randy, so that'll make your day. Now coming on to this converging panel arrangement which you've got as well, I've obviously got a repair panel there on the rear quarter. I've got the replacement Magnum, non-heritage unfortunately arch, but generally a good fit. I had the same issue with you around here, very thin metal coming together. Same issue as you with the little far rear panel, repair panel there, but with a bit of grinding very carefully you can get these two surfaces to meet together, and hopefully I can spot weld these back in position. Now coming to this area here, you'll see that this infill panel here abuts the new boot floor, as in your example. Had to straighten these flanges out a little bit to get the joint pinched together like that, but as you can see it does tuck behind the new rear arch, held in with a Tek screw, and I've Tek screwed it into the new repair piece on the rear quarter. So that is in position. Difficult to see, but once I flick the camera onto the inside you'll see just slightly sandwiched in between these two panels is the companion bin spine, but you'll see that tuck in there to create that three-layered sandwich you talked about. Relatively good joint between the new boot floor and the new arch. You've got the new rear valance bolted to the triple sandwich again, rear valance, new boot floor, and the rear panel which has been repaired. I'm in the process of doing some lead loading on that with the lights in just to check the curvature of the panel. You've got the rear closing pieces for the rear valance as well, with the built-in rear subframe mount stiffener bolted together with the two big bolts, a couple of Tek screws to help me find the position if I ever take it apart again, and you can see how that how the different heights you mentioned. So there's the height of the boot floor, the height of the arch, the height of the stiffening piece here are all different, but I've got no real concerns about that. On my other Mini they're all different heights anyway. And then you can see that in this area, which I had to modify and notch out, and again I've seen this on other Minis, you've got three panels converging along here: the arch, the boot floor, and the rear valance subframe stiffening combination. And then you've got basically the same thing going on to the passenger side on the other side. So I hope that helps clear up the underside. I've flipped the Mini round now and we'll have a look on the inside. Okay Randy, let's get this thing flipped over. Goes. Okay Randy, to the inside, new companion bins. Bit of doctoring out needed here to get that to fit to the inner sill. Temporarily fixed up here against the jamb of the door. We've got the little period ashtray holders, which really does stiffen up this companion bin curve here. It's not a particularly very good meet against the door jamb there. That took some manipulating. I had to cut out a little bit of metal there to get it to follow the curve of the door jamb, but it's in. Boot floor temporarily fixed with your favourite screws into the side wall of the companion bin. And you can see just there where the companion bin slides down between the boot floor and the little infill panel on the outside to create that 3-layer sandwich I talked about and what you mentioned. And you can see how the companion bin is also then attached into the rear of the new arch. Same issue I had with the existing rear bench seat, very thin metal coming up. I opted to drill out the spot welds, very thin, but I'm sure I can plug weld that if I can't get the spot weld around. Again, very thin metal along the connection between the rear bench seat and the new boot floor. I've actually had to weld in some new parts along here, as some of it was so thin I had to cut it out and replace it. And again, that's tech screwed through just to hold those in position. You can see a couple of tech screws here which go into the heel board, again to hold that in position. We've got the rear bench support bracket. You had yours quite vertical on your video, but all the ones I've seen rake back at an angle like that, so you might just want to have a double check about that. But yeah, that's the inside. You can see the complex nature of how all these panels come together, but it's quite fulfilling when you manage to figure out what's going on. So yeah, that was a nightmare too. And again, I've got some deterioration on the rear quarter here which will need repairing, just like you have. So yeah, good luck anyway with what you're doing, and if you need any more advice or help, don't hesitate to send me a message. Cheers, all the best.